Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about Override, the new Vex Robotics game that has come out. Now, Override, the name reveal had lots of different hints and teasers of what this game could really mean. In previous name reveals, they've always dropped things that tease the next game, whether it's by showing things through different graphics or maybe giving us hints of what the game could be about. This one was probably the most jam-packed and also most convoluted out of all the hints possible. There were so many different things that you could decipher that it's also really hard. They gave us a lot of information, but just not enough to really figure out what's going on. Or did they? Well, let's just jump off. From the bat, there's just lots of different things. I'm not going to be going in order of what's in the video. I'm kind of just going to be going piece by piece, but just we're going to start off with the field. This is the biggest thing I think people have been talking about, and I've seen from other people talking about, which is just the Pac-Man kind of style field they gave us, which is really interesting to me because they gave us a whole field, but also it looks a lot like high stakes field, which is very interesting because we just had high stakes, but right before pushback was high stakes, and when you look down at it, it's this diamond in the middle field, really is a big ladder, and now again they have a big diamond. Now I don't think it's actually a ladder. I'll get into that in a little bit, but there's also lots of yellow ball looking things or circles, and I think they were going to be balls. And then there's yellow, and then there's kind of a dark blue outline circle, which I think both of those are game elements because on the side it looks like they're match loading is what's going on. So I think what's going on here is we got kind of balls, and I think the blue ones are going to be worth more points and the yellow ones are just going to be 1 point or something. And then you also have like little squares with what looks like balls are in them. Now, I think that these squares could possibly be towers, and there's another idea I have for those, but I'll get to that also in a second. But it's very interesting, the game layout. It looks like it's going to be more of a diagonal auto line and just like splitting the field diagonally and doing that kind of symmetry. You also have these little yellow parts near the corners, which I think is how you match load in the game, and I guess we can jump into that one, which takes me to gates. I think gateways is what I'm gonna call them, which is very heavily hinted around in this name reveal. You have this one graphic that goes by where it's just a bunch of panels that go like a flip, and so I think that is how you're match loading. Is you're putting the balls through these little gates. They'll spin, kind of like a revolving door almost, but vertically. And then also there's something about logic gates that's written on a piece of paper in this one image that's only there for like a second. There's that too. So I think gates is going to be a really big thing. Another thing that comes up is a lot is triangles. When we see Tyler do his whole workout exercise bit, he's got triangles on the headband. He's got triangles in the background, triangles everywhere. And so there's certain shapes that pop up a lot, which are triangles and octagons and circles. Very prevalent, and all the images are octagons and triangles and some circles. So really, I think this game is going to be big, and I think there's doing triangles. There's something triangle. And what that leads me to believe is what I think that center is, which is it's a big pyramid, I think, kind of. I think it's going to be a big pyramid, or it's going to be a hopper. Because there's this one image with a pyramid coming down on top of octagon shape, and I think that's a game object or something. And what you do is it kind of like covers it almost. And so what I think is it actually could be either a pyramid is the middle, and then like you shoot blocks into the pyramid, or it could be a hopper that you shoot into, kind of like Nothing But Net. And it's the 20th anniversary of Vex Robotics or something like that. So like this game's pretty big for that. And with that, the first V5 game ever was Nothing But Net. So that's something to think about. There's some other things in here, like there's a whole phone call segment it's not really, it doesn't really give anything hints, but it does sound like there's something different this season compared to any other game we've ever done, which I don't know what that quite be. I think it has something to do with the teams and like how that works, but I really don't have anything much on that. And then there's the robot. They give us the V5 robot, but it's really hard to see what's going on because the way they display it's like this 80s, like bunch of little stuff going on, and or 80s, 90s, but it's like really weird. And I think it's got some sort of claw maybe, or something picks it up, but there's also these prongs in the back, so I don't really know what's going on. think we'll know. It'll just be more clear once the game gets revealed, but I'm not really sure on what that means or anything like that. But yeah, I think my ultimate guess for the game is there are balls that you pick up and you can shoot them into a pyramid of kind of like with different trough levels on either side, which will be blue and red on either side of the pyramid. If you hold more in a certain trough level, it gives you a certain amount of points to control the towers. And so your tower will become controlled or something like that. Or I think there's something with override, because I think override is going to be like overriding the other team's points. So I think it's like either the towers affect the control of the middle thing, or the middle thing affects the control of the towers. Either way, something's going on there. I think there's going to be a pyramid in the middle, because triangles are big. Something pyramid, something overriding control. That's my guess right now. Main game objects, balls. So I think we're going to be looking at a shooting game for sure. That's all I got right now, though. I'll be making a field, kind of like a whole game layout field mock-up soon, and so stay tuned for that. And then I'll be covering the game when it does release. But that's about all. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll be seeing y'all later.